Being a main character is a lifestyle. Do not just become a passerby in your own life. Do not become an observer in your own life. Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to become the main character in your life. I recently became the main character in my own life and it changed my life. For me, becoming a main character meant being unapologetically myself whilst being the best version of myself. So I really wanted to share practical tips of how to romanticize your life and how to be the most truest, authentic version of yourself. If that's something that interests you, then keep on watching. If you're new here, hello, my name is Lorraine and my channel is Lorraine Luxe, and I share all things affordable luxury, curvy fashion, lifestyle, and also motherhood. If you love all that, and I hope that you do, then subscribe to my channel and join the family. For you to become the main character in your life, you have to love yourself. All of you, okay? Sometimes it can be easy to love another person, your career, before you love yourself. But if you don't love yourself, that means you view yourself as less than. That means that you view yourself as unworthy. So you need to go on a self-love journey. And loving yourself does not mean that you're selfish, but you're just putting yourself first. You have to know everything there is to know about yourself, and this includes things that you love about yourself, things that you don't love about yourself, things that you're insecure about. But when you love yourself, you're not banishing your insecurities, whether it's a body part that you don't like or whether it's a character trait that you don't like. You need to accept your flaws, you need to accept your weaknesses. It's the same thing as when you're loving somebody else. Nobody is perfect, but when you love that person, you're accepting that person for who they are, for their experiences, for their past. You're loving them wholeheartedly, and that's what you need to do with yourself. Being a main character means that you're constantly living in love. You're constantly appreciating yourself. How can you expect other people to see that value within yourself and to see that greatness within yourself if you don't actually see it yourself? You need to be self-aware. I actually use the Johari window model to improve my own self-awareness. You guys definitely have to look into that. And what this does is it looks at how you see yourself, but it also highlights some blind spots. And this is how other people view you, and this is how other people see you. So what I actually done is try to remember and think about how people describe me and how people see me, and I combined the two to have that wider self-awareness, okay? Because sometimes we can actually view ourselves in a much more negative light, or we can see ourselves in a very negative way compared to how we actually are or how people see us. So this really did improve my self-awareness and improve my self-love, because I was able to see myself through other people's eyes. I was able to truly understand who I was as a person, because my self-awareness was increased and I was able to appreciate all aspects of me. Self-love is just not about personal development, but it's also about loving yourself wholeheartedly for the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this is the first step in actually becoming that main character in your life. The next thing that I did to become the main character in my life was to focus on myself. This is the most difficult thing to do because we're all prone to comparison. Social media is everywhere and you're constantly seeing what people are posting, what people have, what people look like, and it's really, really difficult to not compare yourself and to just focus on yourself. As I'm sure that you've heard, comparison is the thief of all joy. So it's really important to have blinkers on and to just focus on your life, focus on yourself. When you compare yourself to another person, you're stealing the joy from your own life, and that can just sometimes paralyze you as a person. And when you just focus on yourself, and not in a selfish way that you're the only person in the world, but just focusing on your your own journey, focusing on your own life will make you that main character. Everybody is their main character in their own lives because they own their own journey. And that's something that I had to realize, that I was on my own journey, okay? And by looking at what other people were doing and comparing with other people, what other people were doing, I was kind of delaying my own journey. And this is something that I have to do on a day-to-day basis. So whether it's minimizing the time that you're on social media, whether it's surrounding yourself with people who motivate you, with people who make you feel good about yourself, whether it's reminding yourself of where you are, reminding yourself of where you've been, reminding yourself of where you want to go to, whatever it is that you need to do on a day-to-day basis so that you have blinkers on, so that you focus on yourself, you need to do that. You yourself know what makes you compare yourself to other people. You yourself know what makes it difficult for you to focus on yourself. So you need to have tools in place, daily tools in place to help you to focus on yourself. And for me, it was definitely minimizing the amount of time I spent on social media. As soon as I minimized the time that I spent on social media, that just made me focus more on myself and inevitably become the main character in my own life. Taking a piggyback from that point, the next way of becoming the main character in your life is having a look at the friends and the people that you have around you. If you have people who are demoralizing, if you have people that put you down, you need to cut your losses. If that person is taken as opposed to adding in your life, why do you need them in your life? Holding on to that is taking away from you being the main character in your life, because that person is dampening your light. That person is dampening your spirit, and that person is kind of taking away from your greatness and what makes you you and what makes you the main character. You just need to cut these people off. And that's not to say you need to do so in a hurtful way. And that's not to say that you need to have people that you view as subordinate or less than for you to feel great or for you to feel like the main character. Absolutely not. But it just means that you are removing what's not serving you. What served you when you were a teenager and when you were in school, when you were in university, might not be what's serving you now when you are in your 30s, for example, when you have a family, when you have a partner, when you have a husband or wife. You could be in a different place, and sometimes people are there for a season and for a reason, and it's okay to let people go. You need to grow with people, and if people are dampening your light and your spirit, you need to let them go. And this is something that I did accidentally when I was pregnant. If you watched my life update that I done when I came back on YouTube, I kind of cut off everybody, okay? I didn't pick and choose when I was pregnant, but by doing so, it kind of made me analyze and look at the friendships that I had, the people who made me feel good or not feel good, the people that made me feel uncomfortable. So I realized that it's okay to cut some people off, because you're then existing on a different level, and what you're actually doing is allowing for other doors to open that probably would not have opened if those people were in your life. So another great way of becoming the main character in your life is just by removing people who don't make you feel good as a person. Another way of becoming the main character in your life is existing in a place of gratitude and appreciation. A lot of times I used to focus on the things that I didn't have, on the things that I wanted, as opposed to focusing on the things that I did have, even in the bad, just to focus on the good and just to be grateful for what you do have. Be grateful for the fact that you're alive, you know, being grateful for your family, for the people that are in your life. Appreciate their existence. If you have a roof over your head, if you have clothes on your back, if you have a job, if you have children, all these things that we can sometimes take for granted, but when you appreciate all the things that you do have, you are living a life of gratitude, and that just takes you to a more positive place, okay? That takes you to a more optimistic place. Even in bad situations, there's still a level of optimism, and being grateful, appreciating everything makes you that main character, because you're not in that victim mentality, you're not in that negative mindset, you're more in a positive mindset. You're happy. It's a glass half full mentality. You're more likely to attract more positive things, and that's what romanticizing your life is. Living a positive life, living a happy life, living a life of gratitude is the easiest way of becoming a main character. Another way of becoming the main character in your own life is by focusing on your strengths as opposed to your weaknesses, okay? We all have strengths, we all have weaknesses or areas of improvement, but I found that actually focusing on my strengths allowed me to excel even more, allowed me to have that main character energy, and allowed me to have that leading lady life. We're all good at something, and we're also not good at something. If you focus on your weaknesses, it will make you feel less confident, will make you feel debilitated, disheartened. But when you're focusing on your strengths, you know that you can do something, you know that you are good at that, so that makes you feel confident, and your strength is your superpower. You'd be surprised that what you're good at and what you're taking for granted, somebody else would be also looking at that thinking, I wish I could do this, or I wish I could do that. Don't take anything that you can do for granted, okay? Because that is your superpower. You're vibrating on a level of positivity. You're vibrating on a level of can do mentality as opposed to, oh, I can't do this mentality. And when you have that mindset, you feel unstoppable. You are that girl, okay? And that's the kind of energy that you need to be exuding. That's the kind of energy that you need to be giving yourself, and that's a practical way of romanticizing your life, okay? Because focusing on your strength is also another form of self-love. The last way of becoming the main character in your life is living a life of luxury. I've actually done a video on how to live a life of luxury without being broke. Being a main character is a lifestyle, and for me personally, having a luxurious lifestyle just gave me that leading lady energy, okay? There's so many ways that you can have a luxury lifestyle, so do make sure you check out that video. But taking time for yourself, okay, could be spending time at home with lit candles, nice jazz music playing, running a bath for yourself, watching your favorite movies, or going on a solo date, or going on a friend date, having different experiences, creating memories to look back to. So whatever a life of luxury means to you, that's something that you need to do for you to be the main character. How can you become a main character if you're not living, okay? Do not just exist. Do not just become a passerby in your own life. Do not become an observer in your own life. Live your life. Enjoy your life for you to become that main character. So those are just a few tips of how I became the main character in my life. And like I said, it completely changed my life. It changed the way that I see myself. It changed the way that I live my life. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of my practical tips of how to romanticize your life. If you have enjoyed this video and these tips that I've given you, then be sure to give me a thumbs up, as it really helps me out. If you come all this way, thank you so much. Don't click off without subscribing to my channel and joining the family. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, lovely.